Hello there, World of Tankers, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host at Blitz, and in today's video, I'll be playing in the American Tier 10 autoloading heavy tank, the T-57 Heavy. This is a vehicle that sacrifices literally everything just to have an incredibly powerful gun. It has pretty bad mobility, terrible armor, and, well, that's really all there is you would want on a heavy tank, is decent mobility and good armor. It doesn't have either of those. What it does have is 3,000 damage per minute, great dispersion, and a gun that is capable of dealing 1,200 damage in a matter of 3.5 seconds after the first shell. However, as amazing as that gun is, this is a tank that really relies on its team to do well, and specifically the matchmaker on what you're going to be fighting. Because, first of all, it's what map you're going to play on. Let's say, for example, you play this tank on Castilla. Yeah, what are you going to do with a 57 Heavy on Castilla? There's no way you're going to work the hill on either side because you don't have the armor and you don't have the mobility. You don't really have anything to work either hill. So you're just kind of screwed if you get a bad map of the 57 Heavy. That's just kind of how the tank is. It's really good when you're able to catch people off guard, which is really only good on, I would say, about maybe half the maps in the game. Maps that have big open areas like this, but a lot of cover and a lot of teammates that you can hide behind. So, we got the enemy STRVK, and, oh wow, that's a lot of tanks. Okay then, we're gonna back up. Oh boy, the 30B's over here as well, which means the majority of their team is right here. Now I'm hoping that 26A version 4 is going to distract that IS-7. We're going to get 1 shell into his vehicle, 2 shells into his vehicle, and 3. There you go, 1,065 damage into that IS-7, and in return we lost about 400. That is a 3-to-1 trade, and a perfect example of what the T-57 Heavy is capable of doing. Now, we're going to reload, and hopefully we can get a shell. Trying to think on how we want to do this here. You can see the 268 version 4 flanking off to the side, and the IS-7 is no longer here. STRVK moved as well. Well, not really sure. We got the V4 off to the side. We got 1 shell into his vehicle, and we're just going to push over here. Got 2 shells into his tank, and 3. There you go. Another 1,200 buckaroonies of hit points off of that V4. Not too bad. Where the heck did our VK-72 go? There he is. I was wondering. We're not in the best situation here. Our V4 is being rushed, and I've still got a bit of a reload left before I can help him. But, looks like he doesn't need help, as he was able to clear him himself. Alright, well, what am I going to do here? Well, the IS-7 is showing me his entire side, so I'm going to get 1 tracking shell into him, even though he high rolls me. Could care less, because guess what? 3, 2, 1, bonk, goodbye. Already up to 3,200 damage dealt. We've only lost half of our health. And, yeah, I mean, you can see what the 57 Heavy can do. When you get on a map like this, where you're able to just trade with your opponents and use your hit points as bait, I mean, what do you do to really counter this vehicle? We're going to put on our shell reload boost, and we're going to get 1 HE into the rear of the Stritzvon K, 1 standard shell, and just another standard shell. Now we're going to keep him pinned here. There you go. And I'm just going to make sure he can't back up. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point, actually. I'm just going to leave and go for... Well, that guy's actually got lost... It doesn't really matter what I go for, I guess. Yeah, let's just go for the Stritzvon K here. Yeet! There you go. Nice chunk of damage, even though the VK-72 kind of spun me out, but doesn't matter. We still got the kill, and we were able to deal in total, come on, give me a good number, give me a good number, 4,800 damage. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And it shows what the 57 Heavy can do in a good situation. I mean, that wasn't even a really good situation. We just took advantage of the people that rushed my teammates, and we were able to farm. The 57 Heavy is not a tank you want to frontline in. It's definitely a midline vehicle that you wait for your opponents to make mistakes on. In this battle, we're up against an E100, 3 very deadly tank destroyers, and then even some super strong mediums and heavies. I mean, that whole lineup is very, very tough. Our lineup is E100, V4. I mean, looking at the lineup we have, I would expect the V4 to go where I'm going to go, which is towards base C, and hopefully this will work well. I guess we're going to find out, but that is what I would expect. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my way over here, and we'll see if I can get out some decent damage. Alright, there is the WZ-121. Shouldn't have to worry too much about him. The real question is where the rest of the enemy team is going to go. I'm surprised that V4 is even going to wait there. I'm just going to keep on going. Alright, we got the 57 Heavy crossing, and there you go, one tracking shell into his vehicle. Of course, we actually get penned by him, which is a bit of a shame, but the 57 shoots again, which means we can dump our third shell into him. So we still won that trade, and our 268 version 4 was able to slap him as well. So I basically killed his full health tank tracking him in that spot there. I will take the dub from that. So, the Yag is already 300 health. I have no clue how he's so low already, but fine with me. We're going to flank all the way over here and hopefully get to the side of the C-100 and get some big ol' slaps in. Let's see. I'm going to put on my shell reload boost. Oh, okay. That was a bit unfortunate, but seems like our U-100 still finished him off. I got 800 off the enemy U-100, and we're back in cover again. I mean, this is what the 57 Heavy does. It's just insane on its dumping capabilities. You don't realize how broken of a tank this vehicle is, but it kind of is a little busted when you're able to dump a clip out with the tank. So there's one shell into the U-100, 2 shells into the U-100, and 3. There you go. That was a 13-ish 100 damage clip. We're already over 3,000 damage. And the game's not even over yet. I mean, there's still a 121, a VK-72 or Otkov. We got 4 or 5 more seconds left before we can get our clip out. Let's see. Is that VK-72 going to stay there? Well, he's not going to stay there, but we are able to get 1 shell into him. Now I'm just going to send it for him. That 263 is going to be distracting him. Oh, don't go over the hill. No, I'm still reloading. Okay, good. Back up so the team doesn't farm you. Yes. Yes. Alright, honestly I could care less if that guy shoots me and he didn't even pen, which is the best part. We're going to reload, get a nice pen once into the VK, and twice into the VK, and we still got the 121 over here, who we're going to track, get a nice stopping shell into his vehicle, and there you go. That's the 57 Heavy. Another 4,700 damage battle, 2 4.8s in a row. The tank is so stupid. I mean, as I said, there are certain maps the tank does really well on, like this one, and there are certain maps the tank does really bad on. But when you're able to get this tank in the correct position and do it well, man, does it feel powerful. So there you have it, ladies and gents. 2 pretty decent battles from the 57 Heavy there. I would say that the 57 Heavy is still worse than the M6 Yo, just because the M6 Yo also has a 3,000 damage per minute gun. And yes, it does deal less damage, but it's got the same DPM. So, I mean, yeah, you got a 900 damage clip, but it's the same intra clip, so it's 5 seconds, just like the 57 Heavy. And I should also point out that you get the same consumable, which means you can get your clips out at the same amount of time as well. Personally, I just feel that the fact that this tank has armor, the fact that this tank can reverse even when it's tracked due to its reserve track mechanic, I just think that the Yo is a bit better of a vehicle because of this mechanic. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. But I think both of these tanks are great. And I would definitely say to grind the 57 Heavy if you just want to be a damage whore. But it's not a great tank for winning in. I would suggest to really focus on being a team player in this tank because your win rate's going to drop if you don't focus on winning your battles. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.